What's happening, baby? Back, baby, betting. We are here. College football week 2, pro football week 1. We start off with the Rams and the Bills.
Bills Mafia, baby.
Bills Mafia. Drake Drizzy, how you feeling?
Feeling like $1 million, man. Football season is back. Betting season is back. We finally got the podcast up and rolling.
Thank you.
Now we're coming at you live to give you the ticket cashers, the winners, the bangers. So stay tuned because we plan on cashing a lot of tickets.
A lot of them.
Let's kick off the show with last week's picks, winners and losers. The Backyard Brawl, Thursday night, West Virginia on the road at Pitt. 2 transfer quarterbacks, JT Daniels, come through for us. Slovis
look good.
Look good. Offensive showdown, kind of what we expected. And West Virginia, plus 7.5 on the road, money in the bank.
Cash.
Yes, sir. Penn State on the road at Purdue. Quarterback Sean Clifford coming back to Penn State. O'Connell coming back to Purdue. Figured it was going to be, judging by the line, minus 3.5. Figured it was going to be a tight ball game. That it was.
Did you see him throw the interception at the end?
Yeah, I almost crumbled my ticket up.
But he came back and threw a touchdown.
He did.
Right after that. So it's like, which guy are we getting?
Regardless, Penn State,
cash.
minus 3.5.
Penn State cash.
And caught the 2-team parlay with West Virginia and Penn State. So that payday had a little extra.
Lock it up, too, with West Virginia. We both agreed on West Virginia and Penn State. So
yes.
Lock agreement on both of them.
Friday night's games, the slate really wasn't too enticing, I think, for the public. Myself, probably you too, Blake.
Yeah, I only played one game.
Illinois?
Illinois. Lost to Illinois.
Well, initially, I gave Colorado plus 13.5 at home, which looked beautiful. A little further homework, a little more research into the matchup. 20 transfers for the University of Colorado.
Can't have that.
No.
Cannot have that.
Absolutely not. So with that information alone, last minute, we swapped to TCU. Wasn't looking good in the first half at all. And the second half,
they rolled.
They turned the Jets on.
Yeah, they turned it on.
They turned the Jets on.
They turned it on.
Moving into Saturday. I gave Boston College plus 3 on the road. Greg Schiano led Rutgers team in Rutgers. Took an L. I think Boston College lost by 1 point.
Yeah, something like that. It was, I
can't remember the exact score.
I don't understand how Boston College doesn't show up against Rutgers.
Yeah, we wouldn't expect Rutgers to have much.
They don't have anything.
But took an L there.
Go ahead.
Ohio State, a little bit of a letdown, a little bit of a bummer, underball game, and took an L there. They won by 11.
Me too.
21-10.
Yeah, I was praying for them to score that last touchdown at the end. They just ran the clock. They ran the ball out though.
They did. They did.
Just ran it out.
But I would like to make a note: 83% of the public was riding with Ohio State. And 85% had bet the over in the game.
I just don't like, Drake, I'll be honest, I don't like their passing attack. All of their passes are outside of the numbers.
Quick outs and hooks.
When I like to throw the ball, I like to throw the football up the field.
Or in the middle of the field.
Yeah, up the field, down in there. You see what I'm saying? The seams.
Similar
stuff like that.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
They attack the middle of the field.
Well, Andy Reid,
and him, vertically,
he'll go deep on you.
But my last pick of the day was the Boise State-Oregon State game. Loved Oregon State in the game. I knew
we had a fight on that one.
They did. We had a disagreement as far as the side. I actually played the over and Oregon State.
Yeah, you had Oregon too.
So split on the game, and moving on. Blake,
Thursday, I had West Virginia and Penn State. Hit both of those. Friday, I only had one pick, which was Illinois. Missed that one. Bad. Saturday, flowing into it, San Diego State lost.
Tough loss.
How did they play so bad?
Out of character for a San Diego State team.
Out
Traditionally,
of character.
Tough defense, slow offense, run the ball, run heavy.
Out of character.
Yeah, that was a shocking loss for San Diego State. We'll have to keep an eye on them moving forward.
Fight with you on Boise State. Missed that one.
They got spanked.
You called that one.
Oregon State would like to make a note. Oregon State, when they're at home, defensively, they're very fast, and they have several returning starters that's been there several years in that scheme. So keep an eye on Oregon State at home this year. They should be tough. They should cover some games. Oregon State's going to be tough at home.
Georgia jumping on that ass. Georgia. Oregon got ran off that fucking football field.
Oh, man.
And I loved every second. I did. I loved every single second of it.
Well,
because it was something I told you that was gonna happen. Bo Nix.
He's suspect.
He is trash.
He's suspect, and it's no wonder
He's trash.
The rumors actually became true as far as he wanted to transfer from Auburn, entered the portal, and then decided he wanted to come back to Auburn, and the head coach said, "No thanks, pal.
No, don't come back. Don't come back." So moving on, Western Kentucky and BYU were my max bets. Both of them hit.
Cash money.
Cash money. When I'm giving these max bets, I'm not giving them for free. I'm not doing them just because I feel like talking. These are going to make us money every year. BYU, we'll talk about that coming up shortly. A little more on the max bet. For those viewers, the max bet is basically as much as you can afford to lose or as much as you want to win. When we give the max bet pick, that's the lock. Yeah.
That's the lock.
Put it on your ticket because cash it. Tell
the truth. What else you had?
It is going to be good. New Mexico State, I got beat up on Thursday.
How'd you play them?
I don't know. I took the points. I wanted the points against Minnesota. I just didn't feel like Minnesota was going to be... I didn't feel like Minnesota was going to be...
But you felt like New Mexico State was going to be?
Yes. After seeing them week 0, they had one game.
Well,
they had a game under their belt. Yeah. So
I tell you what, we won't mention them for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State is bad. They are bad.
I think they have 80 yards of offense the whole
90.
We'll give them 90. 10.
Yeah, 90. Like, they were bad. They were trash. You want to jump into your week 2 picks? Or
yeah, let's dive in.
Let's
dive in the show.
Week 2.
Week 2, college football. So, how I chose to phrase my bets, which I'm careful with college football. It's such a crazy, edge of your seat, bad beat, Scott Van Pelt, Sports Center. I kind of just narrowed down 4 or 5 college games every Saturday and just kind of roll with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off with a bonus bet, 11 o'clock, Bama, Texas. I like the over.
About that?
I'm loving the over here. It's currently at 65.5. Opened at 61.5. Jumped.
It's going up and up and up.
Going up.
It's going up and up and up.
Which makes me like the over even more, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's a good bonus bet if you're an over and under type of
total
better.
guy. Yeah, total guy.
Moving on to 230. Max bet. I love Memphis against Navy.
I have Memphis too.
Lock agreement. Let's roll with it.
I have Memphis as well.
Memphis -6 on the road at Navy.
Navy look trash.
Soft.
They look bad. Who they play? Delaware?
Yeah, I believe so.
And they couldn't win? That's
lost by a touchdown.
I hate that coach.
So, obviously, if Delaware is a touchdown better than Navy, Memphis should be at least 2-3 touchdowns better than Navy, is what we're anticipating.
Yeah. I agree.
I would play the line's at -6. I would play the line up to -7 even. I'm that confident in Memphis at 2:30, CBS Sports Network. Tune in. I'll give one over and under pick each show. And to this show, 3 o'clock on ESPNU, Illinois, Virginia, over 57.5. I'm rolling with it. I'm rocking with it. I think Illinois opened up the season 2 under ball games.
Yeah.
I know Virginia went under last week. So I'm rocking with the over this week with these 2 teams. Lastly, max bet. I love Houston with the points, +3. Would like to make a note. Texas Tech quarterback is out, I believe, Saturday.
Okay.
Yep, he is out.
Houston against Texas Tech.
Yeah, okay. Houston +3 with the points.
Against Texas Tech.
Max bet against Texas Tech. I love Houston. 3 o'clock, Fox Sports 1.
Tune looked good, too. Against,
Tune played well last year.
Tune played good.
So, he shouldn't skip a beat. Texas Tech's quarterback's out. That doesn't always necessarily mean anything because it's always the next man up mentality. And these young guys are hungry to play. So, but give me Houston with the points. I think they're a better team, better program. I love Tune. So, stamp it, lock it in, max bet, Houston +3 with the points. Lastly, primetime game. I'm going to call this one here my banger bet.
What you got?
I'm rocking with Florida. -5.5. Blake Napier has control of that team.
You think so?
I think so. They look really sharp against a hell of a Utah squad.
Did you see how they showed up against Utah? I was not expecting Florida to. I know they were at home, but
they were, and that environment.
That's tough. That's tough.
The swamp was on fire.
Man, it was lit.
The swamp was on fire, and good to see Napier get his first W against a hell of a program.
I like that.
And
man, Utah's gonna punish some people in the Pac-12 though after that.
They will bounce back.
Yes, they will.
Strong defense.
Yeah, I'll say this: Utah early is a weaker team than Utah late. If Florida plays Utah at the end of the year, Utah smacks.
Utah coming from the West Coast into the southern hostile environment. Yeah. The humidity, the fan base. What an electric! It was electric in the swamp. Yes, it was. Cramps. Seen a few Utah players throwing up.
Yeah.
And just Florida was the right play, and glad to cash that ticket.
But I feel like you can't count Utah out. I feel like Utah is a better team at the end of the season than they are at the beginning.
Coaching has a lot to do with that, I would say.
Yeah.
But yes, they are.
So I feel like they're better. I feel like Utah's a better team than they are at the beginning of the season, at the end, towards the end.
Typically because they start getting the Pac-12 play, which they have been dominant in their division.
I agree. Let me jump right into my Saturday picks. I have week two of Saturday's picks. We're already moving on. So I will go Memphis giving up 6. Lock agreement. Same thing. K-State giving up 7.5 against Mizzou. You don't like that?
I think they both evenly matched.
K-State is a tough team. I don't like Mizzou.
Especially.
Yeah, I don't like Mizzou. And then I will take BYU at night.
Ooh.
Going back to BYU, giving up the 3 against Baylor. I'm jumping on BYU at night all the time, every week. When BYU plays at night, at home, cash money maker. Cash money maker. Baylor is not that good to me. So I will be jumping on BYU at home.
All right, wrapping up college football. Each week, we'll give one parlay, 2-teamer, 3-teamer, and it's going to be our best bets, typically our max bets. I'm going to run mine with Memphis -6, parlay with Florida -5.5, parlay with Houston +3.
I like Houston.
Lock it in.
I like Houston.
Betting big to win big.
Let's go. Same game.
Blake, what you got rolling to the NFL?
Sunday, I am starting off my slate. I have Detroit +4 against Philadelphia. I like the Lions. I think the Lions were a good moneymaker for me, and Jared Goff has been special.
They covered a lot of games last year.
Special, Drake. I'm telling you that guy's special.
I don't know about special.
He is a good quarterback to me.
Might be riding him a little high, but
all right, okay.
I wonder how many fantasy teams he's rostered.
I ain't worried about none of that. I also have the Chargers, LAC.
Lock bet.
Giving up 3.5 against the Las Vegas Raiders.
I love it.
I am so confused. I'm like, I want to call the Chargers San Diego and Oakland, the Raiders Oakland. I still want to do that.
We just old school like that.
I'm stuck in it.
I'm just old school like that.
Stuck in it. And I have one more bet. I have the Saints And you know, I usually don't pick the Saints, but I like the Saints against the Falcons. Give it up to 5.5.
That is surprising.
That is just very surprising. For me, I am not a Saints fan. If you know me, you know me well.
This man was happy when Drew Brees retired.
Oh, can't stand him. I can't stand Drew Brees. My 49ers whoop up on the Saints every single time, though they played them recently.
Here we go. Is that
I am finished on the NFL.
So we got Detroit plus the 4.
I have Detroit plus the 4, the Chargers minus the 3.5, and the Saints minus 5.5. Wrapping it up.
I love the Chargers at 3.5. Sort of a revenge game. If I can remember, I think it came down last year with the playoffs.
Yeah.
Or the Chargers were each team was trying to get into the playoff as the wild card.
Yeah,
as the wild card. And the Raiders were victorious. So
how did
I don't know.
The Bengals make the AFC the Super Bowl? What? I'm just asking, like, how would they? I'm asking, like, how did the Bengals make the Super Bowl? Like, are we serious right now? Like, is that really the best team in the AFC? No, it's not. I don't know.
They had Joe Burrow.
No.
Week 1 action, NFL coming at you live. Let's kick it off with Baker Mayfield going back home to Cleveland. Hey, Carolina sitting at 1.5. Baker, the revenge game, similar to the Chargers, what they're facing.
Yeah.
Give me Baker. Give me Baker at 1.5.
So I'm taking. Play Carolina.
I'm playing Carolina
against the Browns.
Take a shot on them.
I like it.
Punching the ticket, cashing it in.
I like it.
Baker with the revenge. He did say he was going to fuck them up.
I heard him. Yeah, I heard him.
Baker, fuck him up.
Yep.
Rolling into some more 12 o'clocks. We got, truthfully, Jacksonville is a team that's on my radar. I think that...
How?
I don't know. I'm rolling with Doug. And I do have Etienne on my fantasy squad. And Doug, please get him his touches. Get him his touches, Doug. So, Doug's debut, they are on the road to Washington.
Yeah.
But Washington is tough. They got
that
D-line.
So
Scary Terry, Wentz
and Scary Terry.
Something about Jacksonville, I think they got the mojo this year. I think they got the number 1 overall pick. That defense is kind of coming together.
Yeah.
And, I'm a trust in Doug. I think Trevor's going to, bounce back in his sophomore year.
They could be
Things
better.
look bright for Jacksonville.
They could be better.
So, I'm rolling with them. 2.5 on the road over Washington. Lock it in the bank. Let's move on to, obviously we had the lock agreement.
The
Chargers 3.5.
The Chargers.
I would, in this situation, divisional opponents, week 1, opening up the season.
It's going to be a good opportunity for the Chargers to come in and shock.
Make a statement.
Yeah, make a statement. Shock someone.
With that being said, something is telling me to buy the hook in this game. I think that would be the smart route. If it goes to 4,
buy down to 3.
Play it at 4.
Or up to 4.
Well, it's at 3.5 now. If it goes to 4, I'd play it at 4. If it stays at 3.5, I would recommend buying the hook. It's just gonna cost you a few dollars.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting the Chargers to spank that ass.
Yeah. Me too. I think they win outright.
They gonna win outright.
We don't need the points.
Yeah, we
don't need the points. I think they win outright.
Should be a good matchup.
San Diego. I keep saying San Diego. I keep doing it.
We old school like
I know.
that, man.
I keep saying
Oakland, San Diego. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, man. That's who I know. So, lastly, 325. This might shock a few people. I'm rolling with Arizona over Kansas City.
Arizona over KC?
Plus 5.5. The line did open at 3. It jumped. Not sure why. Haven't really took a look at the public money or where the majority of the tickets is coming in at.
Drew's going to be pissed.
True. He'll have to deal with it.
Drew's going to be pissed.
In fact, now that you mentioned that, I'm rolling with Arizona money line. I'm rolling on the money line at home over Patty Mahomes.
His sack is dropped.
The X factor.
His sack is dropped.
The X factor in this game mark my words, take it to the bank. I'm not just being biased because he's my fantasy guy. James Conner. I think Arizona's going to run the football, pound the football, and just see if Kansas City's going to be able to stop it.
Right now.
I do.
You are a great co-host because I'm feeling
right.
you.
Coming into week 1 prime time, Dallas is at home against Tampa, getting 2.5. It looks good. It looks really good. I'm jumping on it. I'm playing Dallas at home. I feel like with Tom's woes and his absences and a couple defensive players.
Such a tough game, though. Tom Brady he's still the GOAT.
Well, of course he is.
He's
but
the best we ever seen.
In this case, at this point, I feel like Dallas is the better team. They're at home, getting points. Give me Dak. I'm taking Dak plus 2.5 and against Tom. Oof. Rolling with it.
All right.
Moving on. Let's talk about Monday night matchup. Russ going back to see his old pal Pete Carroll.
He's gonna spank Pete Carroll.
He is.
I will agree with you on that one.
So
I'm
gonna lock in Denver minus 6.5, and really even play it all the way up to 7. I feel very strongly about Denver, and I do anticipate the line moving to 7.
I can see that. And Seattle doesn't have much.
No,
they don't.
No, they don't.
It'd probably be a blowout.
We're anticipating
a
blowout.
And
so lastly, Blake, I am anticipating the money and the tickets to be mostly on Denver, which possibly could move the line to 7, 7.5. Either way, I think we know what Russ is going to make happen back home.
He is going to be special.
Denver, lock it in. I would like to make a note about, if you look on the earlier games, 12 o'clock, the visiting favorites, San Francisco, Baltimore. There's several visiting favorites around the number 7, 7.5. And so be careful if you plan on loading up on the Denver Broncos at 7, 7.5 with the Saints. They're also a visiting favorite, and we expect them to get there. So a few of those games could be tricky or a trap.
Do we think San Francisco could make it? I'm just asking.
They will. How we're going to do college. Each week, we'll give a parlay, 2-legger, 3-legger in the NFL. But this week in particular, how I'm going to approach NFL Sunday Week 1 with my parlays is basically just parlay the 2 12 o'clock picks that I gave, Jacksonville plus 2.5, and Carolina.
Your boy Baker Mayfield.
That will be a 2-team parlay that I feel pretty confident in. And moving on for the 2 3.25 picks that we gave, San Diego, Arizona with the points. I'll parlay those 2 teams together. Feel pretty strongly about that. And looking ahead, something that I like to do sometimes when I do feel confident about the side is parlay the Sunday night game with the Monday night game. In this particular case, Cowboys plus 2.5, parlay with Denver all the way up to 7, 7.5. And that should be money in the bank.
Some money in the bank. I feel like there should be some money in the bank. So, I am so excited for you to be here. Finally, you showed up. It is a great feeling to finally have my co-host on the show.
It is, bud. I applaud you.
Yeah.
We're live. We're Pump Football's back. We welcome all followers. This is a podcast by the people, for the people. And, we're competitive. We want to make money. We want to hit our tickets. Ultimately, we want to win.
Every time, we want to win. Every time.
Because this guy is not a good loser.
I am a sore loser. I am a bad loser. I cannot express how bad I am a loser. I can't.
3 days later, still talking about his loss.
I can't. I don't get over it. I don't get over losses easy. I do not.
It's the name of the game, bro.
It is. Closing out the show. This has been week 2. Drake, you feel pretty good about your picks. I know you do.
I sure do, man. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad we finally got this thing put together.
Finally.
Very confident in in every pick this week. The single bet, all the way down to the 3-team parlays we gave, college and NFL.
Yeah.
So tune in. We'll see what happens this weekend. Have a great weekend of football ahead. And
it is a big weekend, to
Big
say the
weekend.
least. It is the first week of pro football, second week of college football. We are going to make you money. So, with that being said, like, share, subscribe, follow, do all that. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we got all that.
Coming at you live.
Back, baby.